Numbers chapters 34 to 36. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Charge the children of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, Ye are entering into the land of Canaan. It shall be to you for an inheritance, the land of Canaan with its boundaries. And your southern side shall be from the wilderness of Sin to the border of Edom, and your border southward shall extend on the side of the salt sea eastward. And your border shall go round about you from the south to the ascent of Acraman, and shall proceed by Enoch. And going forth of it shall be southward to Kadesh Barnea, and shall go forth to the village of Arad, and shall be proceeded by Asamona. And the border shall compass from Asamona to the river of Egypt, and the sea shall be the termination, and ye shall have your border on the west. The great sea shall be the boundary. This shall be to you the border on the west. And this shall be your northern border. From the great sea you shall measure yourselves by the side of the mountain. You shall measure to yourselves the mountain from Mount Hor at the entering in to Emath. The termination of it shall be on the coast of Saradak. And the border shall go to Dephrona. Its termination shall be Arsenane. And this shall be your border to the north. And ye shall measure to yourselves the eastern border from Arsenane to Sephimar. And the border shall go down from Sephimar to Bela eastward to the fountains. And the border shall go down from Bela behind the sea Kinnereth eastward. And the border shall go down to Jordan, and the termination shall be the salt sea. This shall be your land, and its borders round about. And Moses charged the children of Israel, saying, This is the land which ye shall inherit by lot, even as the Lord commanded us to give it to the 9 tribes and half-tribe of Manasseh. The tribe of the children of Reuben, the tribe of the children of Gad, have received their inheritance according to their families, and the half-tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritances. 2 tribes and half a tribe have received their inheritance beyond Jordan by Jericho from the southeastwards. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, These are names of the men who shall divide the land to you for an inheritance: Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Naui. And you shall take 1 ruler from each tribe to divide the land to you by lot. And these are the names of the men: the tribe of Judah, Caleb the son of Jephunneh; the tribe of Simeon, Salamiel the son of Simead; of the tribe of Benjamin, Eldad the son of Caslon; of the tribe of Dan, the prince was Bakir the son of Egli; of the sons of Joseph, of the tribe of the sons of Manasseh, the prince was Aniel the son of Sufi; the tribe of the sons of Ephraim, the prince was Kemuel the son of Sabbathon; the tribe of Zabulon, the prince was Elisaphan the son of Pharnak; the tribe of the sons of Issachar, the prince was Phaltiel the son of Oza; of the tribe of the children of Aser, the prince was Achior the son of Selemi; the tribe of Naphtali, the prince was Phaedel the son of Jamiud. These did the Lord command to distribute the inheritances to the children of Israel in the land of Canaan. And the Lord spoke to Moses to the west of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, Give orders to the children of Israel, and they shall give to the Levites cities to dwell in from the lot of their possession. And they shall give to the Levites the suburbs of the cities round about them. And the cities shall be for them to dwell in, and their enclosures shall be for their cattle and all their beasts. And the suburbs of the cities which ye shall give to the Levites shall be from the wall of the city and outwards 2,000 cubits round about. And thou shalt measure the outside of the city on the east side 2,000 cubits, and on the south side 2,000 cubits, and on the west side 2,000 cubits, and on the north side 2,000 cubits. And your city shall be in the midst of this, and the suburbs of the cities as described. And ye shall give the cities to the Levites, the 6 cities of refuge, which ye shall give to the slayer to flee there, in addition to these 42 cities. Ye shall give to the Levites in all 48 cities, them and their suburbs. And as for the cities which ye shall give out of the possession of the children of Israel, from those that have much ye shall give much, and from those that have less ye shall give less. And they shall give of their cities to the Levites, each one according to his inheritance, which they shall inherit. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, Ye are to cross over Jordan into the land of Canaan, and ye shall appoint to yourselves cities. They shall be to you cities of refuge for the slayer to flee, everyone who has killed another unintentionally. And his cities shall be to you places for refuge from the avenger of blood, and the slayer shall not die until he stands before the congregation for judgment. And the cities which ye shall assign, even the 6 cities, shall be places of refuge for you. Ye shall assign 3 cities on the other side of the Jordan, and ye shall assign 3 cities in the land of Canaan. It shall be a place of refuge for the children of Israel, and for a stranger, and for him that sojourns among you. These cities shall be for a place of refuge for every one to flee there, who has killed a man unintentionally. And if it should smite him with an iron instrument, and the man should die, he is a murderer. Let the murderer by all means be put to death. And if he should smite him with an instrument of wood from his hand, whereby he may die, and he thus die, he is a murderer. Let the murderer by all means be put to death. The avenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer. Whensoever he shall meet him, he shall slay him. And if he should thrust him through enmity, or cast anything upon him from an ambuscade, and the man should die, or if he have smitten him with his hand through anger, and the man should die, let the man that smote him be put to death by all means. He is a murderer. Let the murderer by all means be put to death. The avenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meets him. But if he should thrust him suddenly, not through enmity, or cast anything upon him, not from an ambuscade, or smite him with any stone, whereby a man may die unawares, and it should fall upon him, and he should die, but he was not his enemy, nor sought to hurt him, then the assembly shall judge between the smiter and the avenger of blood, according to these judgments. And the congregation shall rescue the slayer from the avenger of blood, and the congregation shall restore him to his city of refuge, whither he fled for refuge. And he shall dwell there till the death of the high priest, whom they anointed with the holy oil. But if the slayer should in any wise go out beyond the bounds of the city, whither he fled for refuge, and the avenger of blood should find him without the bounds of the city of his refuge, and the avenger of blood should kill the slayer, he is not guilty. For he ought to have remained in the city of refuge till the high priest died. And after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return to the land of his possession. And these things shall be to you for an ordinance of judgment throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Whoever kills a man, thou shalt slay the murderer on the testimony of witnesses, and one witness shall not testify against a soul that he should die. And ye shall not accept ransoms for life from a murderer who is worthy of death, for he shall be surely put to death. He shall not accept a ransom to excuse his fleeing to the city of refuge, so that he should again dwell in the land until the death of the high priest. So shall ye not pollute with murder the land in which ye dwell, for this blood pollutes the land, and the land shall not be purged from the blood shed upon it, but by the blood of him that shed it. And ye shall not defile the land whereon ye dwell, on which I dwell in the midst of you. For I am the Lord, dwelling in the midst of the children of Israel. And the heads of the tribe of the sons of Galiad, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the tribe of the sons of Joseph, drew near and spoke before Moses, and before Eleazar the priest, and before the heads of the houses of the families of the children of Israel. And they said, The Lord commanded our Lord to remember the land of inheritance by lot to the children of Israel. And the Lord appointed our Lord to give the inheritance of Salpead our brother to his daughters. And they will become wives in one of the tribes of the children of Israel. So their inheritance shall be taken away from the possession of our fathers, and shall be added to the inheritance of the tribe into which the women shall marry, and shall be taken away from the portion of our inheritance. And if there shall be a release of the children of Israel, then shall their inheritance be added to the inheritance of the tribe into which the women marry, and their inheritance shall be taken away from the inheritance of our family's tribe. And Moses charged the children of Israel by the commandment of the Lord, saying, Thus says the tribe of the children of Joseph, This is the thing which the Lord has appointed the daughters of Salpead, saying, Let them marry where they please, and let them marry men of their father's tribe. So shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel go about from tribe to tribe, for the children of Israel shall steadfastly continue, each in the inheritance of his family's tribe. And whatever daughter is heiress to a property of the tribes of the children of Israel, such women shall be married each to one of her father's tribe, that the sons of Israel may inherit the property of his father's tribe. And the inheritance shall not go about from one tribe to another, but the children of Israel shall steadfastly continue, each in his own inheritance. As the Lord commanded Moses, so did they to the daughters of Salpead. So Tirzah, and Eglah, and Milcah, and Nuah, and Maleah, the daughters of Salpead, married their cousins. They were married to men of the tribe of Manasseh, the sons of Joseph, and their inheritance was attached to the tribe of their father's family. These are the commandments, and the ordinances, and the judgments, which the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses, at the west of Moab, at Jordan, by Jericho. Psalm 51, 52 in Hebrew. For the end. A psalm of instruction by David. When Doeg the Edomian came and told Saul, and to him, David is gone to the house of Abimelech. Why dost thou, O mighty man, boast of iniquity in thy mischief? All the day thy tongue was devised unrighteousness, like a sharpened razor, thou hast wrought deceit. Thou hast loved wickedness more than goodness, unrighteousness better than to speak righteousness. Pause. Thou hast loved all words of destruction, and a deceitful tongue. Therefore may God destroy thee forever. May he pluck thee up and utterly remove thee from thy dwelling, and thy root from the land of the living. Pause. And the righteous shall see, and fear, and shall laugh at him, and say, Behold, the man who made not God his help, but trusted in the abundance of his wealth, and strengthened himself in his vanity. But I am as a fruitful olive in the house of God. I have trusted in the mercy of God forever, even forevermore. I will give thanks to thee forever, for thou hast done it, and I will wait on thy name, for it is good before thy saints. Proverbs chapter 11, verses 1 through 6. False balances are an abomination before the Lord, but a just weight is acceptable to him. Wherever pride enters, there will be also disgrace, but the mouth of the lowly meditates wisdom. When a just man dies, he leaves regret, but the destruction of the ungodly is speedy and causes joy. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the overthrow of the rebellious shall spoil them. Possessions will not profit in a day of wrath, but righteousness will deliver from death. Righteousness traces out blameless paths, but ungodliness encounters unjust dealing. The righteousness of upright men delivers them, but transgressors are caught in their own destruction. The Holy Gospel according to St. Mark, chapter 6, verses 30 through 56. And the apostles gathered themselves together unto Jesus, and told him all things, both what they had done and what they had taught. And he said unto them, Come ye yourselves apart into a desert place, and rest for a while. For there were many coming and going, and they had no leisure so much as to eat. And they departed into a desert place by ship privately. And the people saw them departing, and many knew them, and ran afoot thither out of all cities, and outwent them, and came together unto him. And Jesus, when he came out, saw much people, and was moved with compassion toward them, because they were as sheep not having a shepherd, and he began to teach them many things. And when the day was now far spent, his disciples came unto him, and said, This is a desert place, and now the time is far past. Send them away, that they may go into the country round about, and into the villages, and buy themselves bread, for they have nothing to eat. He answered and said unto them, Give ye them to eat. And they say unto him, Shall we go and buy 200 pennyworth of bread, and give them to eat? He saith unto them, How many loaves have ye? Go and see. And when they knew, they say, 5, and 2 fishes. And he commanded them to make all sit down by the companies upon the green grass. And they sat down in ranks, by hundreds and by 50s. And when he had taken the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, he looked up to heaven, and blessed, and brake the loaves, and gave them to his disciples to set before them. And the 2 fishes divided he among them all. And they did all eat, and were filled. And they took up 12 baskets full of fragments, and of the fishes. And they that did eat of the loaves were about 5,000 men. And straightway he constrained his disciples to get into the ship, and go to the other side, before unto Bethsaida, while he sent away the people. And when he had sent them away, he departed into a mountain to pray. And when even was come, the ship was in the midst of the sea, and he alone on the land. And he saw them toiling and rowing, for the wind was contrary unto them. About the 4th watch of the night he cometh unto them, walking upon the sea, and would have passed by them. But when they saw him walking upon the sea, they supposed it had been a spirit, and cried out. For they all saw him, and were troubled. And immediately he talked with them, and saith unto them, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. And he went up unto them into the ship, and the wind ceased, and they were sore amazed in themselves beyond measure, and wondered. For they considered not the miracle of the loaves, for their heart was hardened. And when they had passed over, they came into the land of Gennesaret, and drew near to the shore. And when they were come out of the ship, straightway they knew him, and ran through that whole region round about, and began to carry about in beds those that were sick, where they heard he was. And whithersoever he entered into villages, or cities, or country, they laid the sick in the streets, and besought him that they might touch, if it were but the border of his garment. And as many as touched him were made whole.